go, yo.
And we're live.
Yeah, we're live. We're back. We're so happy to see you. Woo, I have a new shirt. I don't want to brag. Okay, it was on sale, Land's End. But, it's my color. Anyway, so I'm Jane. Great to see you. Please welcome Catherine Rose over there. She put on makeup for the show. We're so pleased.
I did.
She looks fantastic. Her laundry's outside the door. Anyway, and we have Kelly McFarland. Give it up for Kelly. Kelly has a huge show tonight. There's time. I think, is there still time to get tickets, Kelly?
Oh, yeah. You can get tickets up until 8 o'clock tonight.
Oh, that's a good. I like when they keep the window open. Some shows, the club shows, they used to sometimes close it 12 hours.
Yeah.
It was.
I'm a hustler, though. I'll get the link to you if you buy tickets at $7.59.
I bought tickets twice because I got
refunded you one.
I'm so sorry.
Why? I was like, Janie's been drinking too many Diet Cokes. Janie.
I know. It's kind of sad. I know.
I was like,
it's better than that.
Yeah.
But it's going to be a great. You have a great lineup. Like
I'll share the
family,
link.
Our whole dinner is around your show tonight, Kelly, because they like to eat later. Thank you. I like to eat earlier. So I just said, okay, this is it, kids. I don't know when you want to eat, but I'm out of there at 8:30. Okay.
There you go.
So that's that. And then Miss Christine Hurley is here.
Hello.
It's great to see you. So you have to give us an update on Jimmy heart attack number 2.
First of all, Jane, the flowers.
Well, I told him, I said, look, if you ever want flowers, just ask. You don't have to have another heart attack.
Oh,
unbelievable.
I feel horrible. I went over and gave him a lap dance.
I think I know which one he liked better. Let me see. Pedal. Oh, thank you, Kelly. You know the way to a man's heart.
Yes, she does. But he's doing great, you guys. We're having a good week. So, yep, thank God. He got the okay to drive again, so he's thrilled.
What? Already?
Yep. Yeah, imagine that. Yeah, because it's been since the original surgery, it's been 7 weeks.
Wow. Yeah, but it was the second surgery. Did anybody tell him that?
Well, that's a good point, Jane. That's a good point. He did only talk to the first week surgeon, so whatever.
They put some balloons in him, right?
What, honey?
They put some balloons in there, some stents.
They did.
Oh, stents? How many stents has he got now?
2, because 2 of his new arteries, one became clotted, one collapsed.
Oh my gosh.
That's really scary, Christine.
Yeah, it was awful.
This attention whore. Couldn't let you have your moment on NBC, could he? Where is he? I need to talk to him.
Went in that morning. Yep, that morning. Yep, great.
Talk about stealing focus. Yeah.
I love him so much.
Oh,
we're glad he's okay. It's just and the kids are okay. It's hard for kids when parents.
Kids are all right. My littlest guy is having a hard time. Poor little Brendan's lawn care. He's having a hard time. But one day it's boy, I'm really down in this out here.
You're not. This is life stuff.
Kelly, tell them who's on your show tonight. I know Bethany Van Delft, who's been on the show, and we all love her.
Bethany Van Delft, Amy T, Corey Rodriguez.
Do you know I've never seen him? I'm looking forward to.
Oh my God, Jane.
Yeah, you're asking the 2 wrong ladies because both of us are like
you're Corey fans. Okay.
Oh my God.
He is not only the most adorable man in the whole world, just like a pocket hottie pants. He's also just like the sweetest, and he's hilarious.
Great.
Hilarious. He's absolutely hilarious. And he's so good to his fellow comics, and we just love him.
So he's been around a long time?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Jay Whitaker. Have you met Jay Whitaker yet, Christine?
No. What?
Be still my heart.
I really? 2 hotties in one show.
The vapors?
Wow. What?
Am I gonna need the vapors?
You're gonna need the vapors. You're gonna need it or something.
I think you've got a new title for the show: Two Hotties, One Show.
Yeah, right. And little Dan Crone.
Oh, well, we always love
We
Dan.
love Dan Crone.
We love
Um,
Dan. And you were on Fox News, weren't you? WCVB? I saw
I was.
something. That
Yeah,
was
we're on
cool.
Chronicle tonight. So we did a talk show, I'm Fine, that butted up against the Wise Her talk show, 4 o'clock funnies. And they
And
did
she
a
did both, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, she did.
You know, the truth is, I only went into it a couple of times because I was like a dish rag after our show. And then you went on just,
I want my own talk show. That's what's going on. I never want to do stand up again. I just want to do a talk show. Because it's just
Same.
talking, and I've been doing that since I was 9 months. And I had a lot of coffee today, by the way. Eric went and got me a large
Whoa.
ice.
Good husband,
love.
good training.
That's a lot of coffee.
This is something different.
Oh,
But you gotta,
Christine and I.
Bertie, Bertie,
Oh, look at Catherine Rose. Hold it up against your head.
what the
Yeah.
hell? What the hell is that?
A weapon.
That's a
it's a
keg.
weapon.
Christine, I'm so excited because I get to see you tomorrow.
Oh,
Tomorrow night.
I know. Oh
what's
my
going on tomorrow night?
God. We're working tomorrow night.
We're
Good
working.
girls.
We're working outside, open air comedy.
Oh, is this a
nice.
drive-in show?
Where?
Where is it?
Giggles.
Yeah, Giggles Route 1, Saugus.
Wait,
One
next to
Saugus.
Jackie's Packy.
Yeah.
Right next to Jackie's Packy.
But
I
you
am
guys are actually going on stage? You're going on stage?
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, you're so
It's
lucky.
a real thing. And
Oh
it's
my
sold
God, I'm
out.
so excited. I wish I
It's
could
sold
go.
out.
I can't wait to see Christine.
I can't wait to see Mike Kelly.
Comedians love to see each other. It's a,
Yes.
They really do. They're like
Oh,
little
we
kids.
do.
Last weekend, I did a show at Laugh Boston that was broadcast out.
oh,
And it was, so this is the only people in the room. Couple of the guys doing tech. John Tobin stopped by with Danny Tobin, of course.
Oh, Danny.
Had to, right? Got to see his employees. Danny Tobin, age 13, so cute. And then it was me, Chris Tabb, Will Noonan, and Orlando Baxter.
great
You would
lineup.
have thought that they were my children that had been taken from me, and I was like, "Hi." I was so excited to see
Yeah.
them. I was like, tell me more about what you've been doing. They're like, we have to do a show. Kelly, can you do the show? I was like, yeah, just a minute. I'm catching up.
What was it like to do it though? As the empty, you just had the Laugh Boston stage
Yeah.
and just a few people. How was that?
We did it in the lobby on a green screen, and they made us look like we were on the stage.
Really?
Of course, I'm a giant fire. Since I wasn't on, I'm like, I'm on a green screen. And they're like, I was like,
Nothing like giving it away, Kel.
sorry, everyone. Yeah.
Let's swing back to people's childhood memories.
Oh boy.
Share with me a favorite childhood memory. Let's go with Catherine first because she did her makeup.
I did my makeup, yes, and I'm not as funny as Kathy Ferris.
Oh.
Not even close.
I thought
But-
you're pretty witty.
You
I'm a
throw
little
it in once in a while. We hear you out there.
Speaking of which, so my growing up, my nickname was Kitty.
Oh,
So
my God.
the funny joke was, and this is gonna really say how old I am, but people would say if I married Conway Twitty, my name would be Kitty Twitty. There you have it. There you have it, America. There you have it.
And you know what?
This
You'd be
is
in
your
the phone
favorite-
book. You know
Sorry.
what? You'd be in the phone book, Kat.
Yeah.
You'd be Twitty Kitty.
Wow, what a nice flip, Christine.
And that would be witty. So witty, Twitty, Kitty.
Tip of the
That-
hat.
that's
Tip
even
of the
better.
hat.
Tip of the hat. Tip of the hat. Tip of the
That's-
scale.
That was your favorite childhood memory that you were.
No. I said my
Come on,
favorite
think of a
childhood
good
memory
one.
would be when we were little. We would go out to Block Island.
Oh,
that's a good
It's off the
one.
coast of Rhode Island. If no one's been there, it's a beautiful place. But we went before Block Island was a thing. Like, so even the rats had switchblades and leather jackets. Like, it was, it was not the place where, like, people go that they go today. but we had this friends of ours had a house out there, and we would go, and it was you could actually ride your bikes out there and everything because it wasn't as crowded and stuff. So I would say those are my favorite. That's like my favorite place. My favorite childhood memories is on Block Island, Rhode Island.
That's sweet.
Awesome.
Let's go over to Christine. A favorite childhood memory or
I think
two?
my favorite childhood memories were my family's annual Christmas party.
Oh.
Like my whole day, we held it at our house the week before Christmas every year. We did it for 27 years, I think. But it was, I can remember being little and being so excited, and my mother making me take a nap, and I got to put the cream cheese on the celery, and it was just we just
cream cheese on the celery.
I remember cream cheese on celery.
Me too.
Yep. So it was just great. It was just
Kelly,
those are just the happiest memories. What, honey?
Kelly's on mute.
I said it was a fancy party.
Oh, it was kind of a fancy party, but it was very fun.
Tree decorating or just buffet?
Oh yeah, it was all decorated. Oh, my mother was like Martha Stewart.
Yeah.
It's like
what was the favorite drink back then?
Oh God, she used to make a punch with like Sprite and sherbet.
Yeah, the sherbet floats in it.
Yes, sherbet, Sprite, and then you'd put a little, and then the grown-ups had the vodka in it.
Oh,
it was
yeah,
great, and as did the children.
My parents drank Manhattans, and I remember when I first got to New York and I was all alone, I bought as comfort food a bottle of cherries because they would always give me the cherry.
Oh, that's so
And so I bought a bottle of cherries, and I thought, these don't taste like cherries. I realized what I really liked was cherries that had Manhattan in it.
Yeah.
That was what I So anyway, take me back. So Kelly, a favorite childhood memory? That's what you're going to do next, Kathy.
I think for me, it was my grandmother my meme on my mother's mother. She would take care of me a lot. My brother and I would go to different places because we didn't get along very well. And so if my parents were gone, I would go to Meme's and he would go somewhere else. I don't even know where. I don't really know where he is today either, if you're looking for him. No, I do. And she would take me to the Le Calumet Club, and I would get to sit at the table with all these like old Memes while they played cards for pennies. And I felt very grown up. Like I remember, and they all spoke in French. So I could track some of it, but I was like kind of lost.
Wait a minute, and then they spoke in French? Why were they speaking?
They were fluent in French. So in Maine,
as ladies are, French Huguenots?
Huge French Canadian population in
French
Maine.
Canadian.
And so on my mother's side, it's French Canadian.
I don't think I ever knew that.
Yeah. So, and then when we get back to her house, she'd let me mix her a Canadian Club and water.
Funny how it all goes back to drinking.
Isn't Canadian Club just like a soda water?
Mm-mm.
No.
Canadian.
I thought it was.
It's like a whiskey. It's a
okay.
And when she died,
I'm with you, Kathy. I thought it was a soda water.
Found tons of it.
That's what Jimmy Hurley used to drink, CC and ginger.
Yeah.
So that's it.
Yeah.
CC and ginger.
Oh, that's great. Kathy, a favorite childhood memory?
Well, similar to Kelly, I would say my grandmother, she was in a band. An elderly
Whoa.
An elderly band.
No, not like a rock band, Jane. It was an elderly band. Basically, the women in her building, they got together and they're like, what do you play? And my grandmother played the kazoo. Now, I don't know if you're familiar with the kazoo, which is really technically not even an instrument. It's just an annoying whistle. But she played it like no other. She really did. And we would go to her recitals and everything. I actually felt like I already knew what a middle school mother felt like, because my mother would be like, we have to go to Nana's band thing. And I go, do I have to? I've got not to do.
That's so cute.
They were tough. They were tough.
Oh my God, that is adorable.
That's sweet. I
love your Nana.
Yeah, we already love your Nana. I think one of my Sorry, I was just a bit distracted because a budget truck pulled up, and I'm thinking, who's moving out? Guys, we're leaving. Okay.
Why is a budget truck there?
He actually just delivered a package, so they must be doing it for UPS or something. Or
Oh.
FedEx.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
We'll
don't know.
go with that.
Yeah,
This segment's been called "What's Happening in Connecticut."
it's actually what's happening in Nantucket now.
Oh, are you on
She's
Nantucket?
Yes, she's
Remember,
on
I
Nantucket.
peed in the woods on the way. That was the.
No, I wasn't at that show. Remember, I
He
was
doesn't
off
have
that day.
plans.
Sorry,
Where's
sorry.
the Connecticut?
I wondered where this room came from.
Yeah.
Nantucket, that's her Nantucket office.
Mm.
That's This is
It's swanky.
Very
Man
swanky.
Central. But I'm trying to think. I would say one of them, sort of two. One was the first time I left Brockton was to go to Plymouth Rock with my cousin, Joanne Kelly, and it was just so thrilling to leave. It was just so thrilling to leave Brockton. I guess I had been to Easton, in all honesty, but I had never that seemed like a big, and I love my aunt and uncle because after that trip they took me down to DC with them, which was like, oh.
Ooh.
So Northern Virginia, DC were my first foreign countries, and but anyway, I still love the picture. Not so many pictures of me. My brother had albums. My sister had an album. My other sister had a lot of pictures, and me, they're about, I don't know, 2, 3. But I love this one, standing with my cousin that I might have told you this before. I had on like a plaid shirt and madras shorts, or vice versa. I don't know clothes, and a cowlick. And
Oh, yeah, you showed us that picture.
yeah, and I think this is the beginning of Jane unsupervised. Nobody was looking. It was always clean. I might not be matching, but it would always be clean. And I think another favorite childhood memory, and you're welcome to add in another one of yours, is I was mad about my Aunt Rose. She was like a second mother, and she took my first. I went to Boston once before I went away to college. We were not what you would call well-traveled.
Wow.
They all left me behind once. They all went away on vacation once without me.
They
You
should
were
make
home
it into a
alone?
movie called Home
No, they
Alone.
left me with my grandma, Bridget McDonald. And oh my God, she's a terrible cook. And it was, she said, "That's all right, Janie. We'll have a grand time." Like, okay, can you just make some of that apple pie? We'll be fine.
Was it because of the cowlick? Why did they leave you?
Well, I talked too much. That was one of the
Is
reasons.
that why?
Oh.
Back then they could say stuff like that. You're being
Yeah.
scared.
Oh yeah.
Say no.
Oh yeah. But that's okay. I get it. I did. And they're like, "Oh, I understand. Yes, okay. So I'll be staying with grandma." And but I got to tell you, nobody leaves Janie Condon behind now, though. I'm gonzo.
That's right.
No,
But
nobody puts baby in a corner.
That's right.
nobody
Or in
puts
a
baby
budget
in a
truck.
corner. Thank you very much.
Budget truck.
But my Aunt Rose, who I loved and adored, she took us all to Boston to see Sound of Music.
Oh.
And that was
cute.
just, can you imagine? It was just, by the way, we should talk, before I get to worst childhood memory, do you remember what the first movie was you saw? I saw Bambi. I was horrified. The mother got killed.
I know.
That was scary. Anybody else remember your first
So
movie?
that's not a spoiler alert.
Christine,
That Bambi's mom got killed. Everybody knows that, Jane.
Oh, sorry.
It was very
I'm
sad.
the
No,
queen of the obvious, Kathy. The queen of the obvious.
my first movie in the movie theater was Bed Knobs and Broomsticks.
Is that like a Mary Poppins? I remember it.
It's a Disney.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Bed Knobs and Broomsticks. I love
Okay.
it.
Mine
That
was the
my
Apple
first-
Dumpling Gang.
Oh,
Oh, cute.
Yeah, I feel like mine was at the drive-in, and it was Bedknobs and Broomsticks and Pete's Dragon.
Oh, a double feature.
Yeah, and that was the one where
Wow.
they had like an animated dragon, but real people being people.
you know what? I digress. My first movie was the drive-in theater. My mother and my father and me. and it was Midnight Cowboy. So they gave me Benadryl and I slept in the back.
Yeah, I bet that might have been a lot for a child
Yes.
when you're at
Yeah,
the
it
bed
was a
knob
bit much.
level.
So they said,
I also
but
saw
they said,
Pollyanna the first time we went to New York, and that's when I thought I have to live in New York someday.
oh,
It's
that's
great.
so
I mean, we
cute.
just like drove through. I don't know why we saw Pollyanna. We should have gone to a theater. But anyway, back to Kathy. So first movie.
I don't remember my first movie. The first movie I remember was a drive-in as well, and we saw Grease. And my mother hated the ending of that. Hated it. That woman changed and she started smoking while she's smoking. I can't believe this lady. I point out, Mom, don't you have a perm too? But
That was a great movie.
yeah, it was good.
That was really. I don't know if any of you made any mistakes with your children, but I took my son like his eighth grade birthday. His eighth grade. Again, Jane states the obvious. Okay.
I was gonna say, don't leave that door open.
But this was my son's eighth grade birthday party. I took him and his little group of friends to see American Pie.
No.
Oh,
Uh-oh. When they got to the pie part,
no. Oh, Jane.
and like I'm there, like everybody put your head down. I was batting down heads. It was like whack-a-mole.
Bambi's mom was killed.
So that was not my finest hour.
I bought that box set collection for my son last year.
What did you do?
did.
I bought that American Pie box set for him last year because he was 14 and I was like, here.
It's
He's
time.
old enough.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Well, we need a list of
That's
movies.
like eighth grade, like the kids I took.
It's like
Yeah.
8th grade, right?
Yeah.
Well, the stepmoms are always nice.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean,
God.
if I had
At the beginning of
$10,
at the beginning of the pandemic, we were like, okay, let's make a list of all the movies we want the kids to see, and it was like the ones that we thought were funny, like Meatballs and Airplane and all that. And we're watching them, and Spaceballs, right? And we're watching them, and I'm like, oh my God. So Spaceballs, there's one scene where everyone's last name is asshole, right? So I'm
That
like,
still works.
oh my God. And it was and of course it was funny, but my 8-year-old sitting there. And so the next day we're talking about different people's last names. And she goes, oh, what about all those other people? Asshole. And I was like,
Oh, that's so sweet.
she didn't even know what it was.
Oh, what a good girl. She cleaned it up herself.
Didn't even understand what it was. And I was like, oh God. Yeah. So
That is so cute. Okay, so now we're on to worst childhood memory. Who wants to go first?
shouldn't we have opened with that?
we should have opened with that.
Yeah.
Well,
Or most embarrassing.
I was really thinking that worst childhood memory was going to be 10 times more funny than favorite childhood memory.
I mean,
So
I'll
go ahead,
start.
Kel.
Yeah, so here's mine. I don't really remember it so much as it's like one of those faint memories, like you heard about it your whole growing up. I was like 3 and my parents were going away and they left me with my father's mother, and she did not like me at all. She didn't like girls. That's a quote. Didn't like girls.
Wow.
And so like thought girls were trouble. And my mom and dad left, and then the first night they were there, my mother said to my father, we got to go back and get Kelly. I just have a feeling. I have a bad feeling.
Wow.
And so my dad was like, all right, well, yep, we'll cut it short. We'll go get Kelly. And so I guess they walked into the house, and 3-year-old me, and I kind of remember it, but not really, came crashing in. And I was like, that bitch threw me down the stairs. And they were like, what? My mom got down and was like, what are you saying? And I was like, that bitch threw me down the stairs.
Oh my
Threw
God.
me down the stairs. And my grandmother came in and was like, what is she saying? And my mother said, she said that witch threw me down the stairs. Witch.
Good recovery,
And
Mom.
My
Yeah.
mom was like, we just left right away and you never stayed there again. But she gave me a mommy dearest and pushed me down the stairs apparently. And I ratted that bitch out. I was like, Threw me down the stairs.
Nobody
Can you
messes
believe
with
that?
the Cal. KM baby.
That's right.
Don't
It's like a
mess,
funny
Christine.
story that comes
You
up.
got a worse childhood memory or one of or whatever.
Yeah, my worst childhood memory when I was in elementary school, I was, which everybody is typically awkward, chubby, gross, just bleh, gross. And I remember 5th grade, I had a crush on this boy, James Hamilton. And my mother wouldn't let me shave my legs because I was only 10, and my legs looked like a fucking sequoia. So I wore long pants the whole summer, long pants. Now, James Hamilton wanted to go on a picnic. So we went on a picnic, the two of us. Actually, there were 4 other people with us, so it wasn't that romantic. We went on a little picnic up at the elementary school field, and I stepped on a bee's nest, and a million bees jumped up, went up my pants, and stung my legs. And so as I was laying there, they ran next door to the woman next door, and she came out and actually pulled my pants up to look at the, pulled my pant legs up to look, and it was out there for everybody to see. It was just terrible. It was just terrible. It looked like locusts, and bills, and pestilence. It was just awful. I was mortified. Awful. Terrible.
That's. I
Did
had
you see him again?
No.
Oh.
Have you looked him up on Facebook?
I don't do Facebook. I hate people. No.
Fuck that kid.
Where are you playing
Kathy?
next, Christine?
What, honey?
I said, where are you playing next, Christine?
So Kathy, how about you? Worst childhood memory?
I don't actually have a good memory. So the one
Just make one up.
so let me just make one up. My parents went away with my sisters and I was home alone. One of the ones I remember is that my younger sister, she protected me and I was afraid of her. And so were other
Mutually beneficial.
to the point where we went to our neighbor's home for a cookout. And right before then, the 3 of us got in trouble because we had our own little library, and we were pretty strict about the rules about returning books. Long story short, we were kind of mean to the kids down the street because they didn't return their books in time. Okay. Anyway, we got in trouble, but our neighbor Tracy didn't get in trouble as much as we did. And my sister Patty went and told off their parents, the one hosting the cookout, that she felt as though their parenting was subpar.
Oh, I'm liking
Yeah,
Patty.
Patty.
How old was Patty then?
Patty was probably 9.
Hi.
No, we're a big
Love
family.
Patty.
I've got 6 sisters, so we're a big part of this cookout, and we all had to trudge home without even eating because Patty couldn't keep her mouth shut.
I mean, one might argue that your library rules were too strict.
True. I mean, how many kids I knew had a library? Not many.
None.
We
Gotta make your own fun.
I guess it was good preparation in life.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Anyway, so I'm trying to think. Mine, well, one of them would be when Mary Del Sordo. Oh, let's see.
Mary.
The school,
Mary Del Sordo.
There she is again.
the school where Mary Del Sordo taught. I think it was called Hamilton Avenue or Hamilton School. Well, oh God, what was the name?
I had her at Ashfield.
No, she wasn't at Ashfield then. Anyway, my grandma lived near John's Pharmacy and George's Cafe and sort of Anne Conley's funeral home.
Yep.
Okay, that Winifred Road. No, it wasn't Winifred Road. Okay, whatever. So I used to go to grandma's in first grade for lunch, and they said there was going to be, Halloween in the afternoon. Everybody wear a costume. So I was usually, again, my parents weren't that into Halloween. We were either, it was either the trash bag, the sheet, or the hobo.
Yeah.
Right?
Hobo.
I mean, I think that was a lot of it.
With the,
I mean,
you
the
would- and you would
hobo
put the- and you would light
actually
the, you
required-
would light the cork. You light the cork on fire, and then after you blow it
The
out.
hobo actually required makeup, so I felt loved those years. But basically, I just put it, cut an old sheet and put it over and hope. I hate Halloween parties now because, like, anyway, that's not the story. But this year, I think it was because of Grandma. I wanted to be Annie Oakley again, the gun theme. Okay, it was a little early. I didn't have my own gun yet. I was still working on it, and
It wasn't packing heat yet.
I wasn't packing heat.
yet.
The only 9-year-old with a concealed weapon.
Under my sheet.
Yeah.
But anyway, I did have a little semi outfit. I mean, I looked like a cowgirl, and I had a belt with faux handgun. What do you call it? Sorry,
Faux
gun.
toy?
Cap gun.
Handgun.
A cap gun. Yeah.
A tack gun.
Cap. You didn't have cap guns when you were
Oh
kid?
yeah. Cap gun. It was probably a cap gun. Okay, so I go back to school, and I'm there like, this was like the one year I ever in my whole life had a costume, like like normal people, and I thought I was the shit, honest, and I'm there like, I got this cornered. I mean, I look good, and I felt authentic. I had the guns. I was ready to shoot anybody who got in my way when I walked back to school. Anyway, and I got into class, and nobody else had a costume. And my first thought was, they forgot. And then my second thought, a nanosecond later, was, uh-oh, I must have gotten the day wrong, or maybe Grandma got the day wrong. I don't know. Nobody was in charge of me. I should have known. I should have been in charge of myself. You have to take responsibility. I, to this day, can still remember. We had how do you say, a semicircle reading group?
Yeah.
Right? And I had my holster and my guns. And I sat down, and the guns went boom, boom, boom. And I died of mortification.
Oh.
I was a very sad cowgirl. I didn't even want to wear it the next day because, like, I was fucked up, Like a second day, I was like leftover cowgirl. That was it. I don't think I've ever gone to a Halloween party since. I hate I actually don't like Halloween, but I'm just not so good at dressing up. I wish I
Well,
were.
I
I
bet
know it
you
gives
were a
pleasure
cute
to a lot
little-
of people.
Cute little Annie Oakley.
Yeah. So
She's like,
anyway,
Yeah.
I don't want to tell you the word. Pew, 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 pew. That's like my ADD too. It's like other people think like this, logical, A to Z, and I go pew, 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 pew. That's how my brain
The fact
goes.
that you once you realized that it wasn't Halloween, you kept the holster on.
Well,
Commitment.
Just take off the holster.
you got to commit to the bit
All
if
right.
you're an actor. Is
Yes.
that right?
Yes.
you gotta commit.
Well, I don't know, but my little Annie Oakley outfit might have fallen down too if I didn't keep the belt. I don't know. It was, I thought I looked pretty sleek, I'll tell you.
Not that.
And I used to have hand-me-downs from my sisters. Again, another reason why I don't care about clothes. And then Spelman, we had the uniforms. Like, I could care less. And I still remember getting my sister's camel's hair coat. She was in 6th grade, the Whitman School. It was called the Whitman School. And I was in 1st grade. She dropped me with Miss Stevenson. And then around Christmas, my mother decided, okay, Susie, that camel hair coat is too big for you. You're going to give it to Janie. And I'm like, I get the camel hair coat. Okay, that's one of my happiest memories. And then I went to school. I had the camel hair coat, but I wasn't as big as, I had a train. I still thought I was the shit. I was there like, I got a camel hair coat. Okay. Yes, it was dragging on the floor, but I got a fucking camel hair. Check it out. Okay. So
Oh,
that was the I think that's enough for today, unless anybody else has something to say. But I do want to tell everybody, make sure you watch Kelly's show tonight. It's really a superior lineup, and she's launching this monthly show, and that's such a great idea. You know, and Kathy Ferris has her. Are you weekly or monthly, Kathy? Ferris and Friends.
I'm weekly, but I wasn't on Chronicle yesterday with my monthly show. Kel, that was an awesome segment.
Thanks. It's the real segment's on tonight at 7:30.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah, Bethany Van Delph is on that segment. It's
Oh.
Justin McKinney, me,
Oh.
Dan, Corey.
Can't wait.
Wait a minute, you have it twice in one night? That's great.
No, they did a little sneak preview yesterday on the internet.
Nice.
Can I just share something with you all that I think since we're talking about being a child and childhood memory. So recently a friend of mine said, hey, I found a bin that we have been holding for you since you moved to Boston. So 20 years.
Wow.
Said, okay. She's like, I really want to give it to you. Can you just take it? And I was like, yeah. So they gave it to me. And on the top of it, I wrote, things I can't let go of. And when I opened it, I had no idea what was in this thing. Amongst a bunch of things, there was a lamb chop puppet.
Oh, lamb chop!
I can't let go of. I mean, I'm old.
With Sherry Lewis.
Sherry
Yes.
Lewis.
So this thing lived in a bin for 20 years.
It looks
lived in a bin. Oh no.
Oh no.
I'm so sad. Kelly said she couldn't let go of me, but what the actual?
Oh, don't freeze now, lamb chop. Oh, yay. Thank you, lamb chop.
Thank you.
Just
Thank
Lamb
you. Lamb chop is taking a bow.
And this.
Let's just do the whole bin. We'll do another half hour.
I mean, I'll bring more tomorrow.
Yes,
but
I
I
would
want to
love
know
that.
what's in the bin. We got to know what's in the
there
bin.
were 2 items that I could not let go of 20 years ago. A lamb chop puppet in pristine. I mean, pretty pristine.
Really
She
pristine
looks
condition,
good.
yeah.
And this red tambourine that I got for Christmas when I was like a freshman in high school.
You could have been in my Nana's band.
Could've
That's
been in
right.
So anyway,
That's really cute. Oh, bye. Bye, lamb chop.
Hi, everybody.
Bye. Good to see you. See you tomorrow.